Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news. There's been a lot of chatter around the NFL lately, especially in the NFC East, with some intriguing trade rumors that could shake up the division. And if you're a Commanders fan, you've probably already heard some whispers. But today, we're diving deep into a potential blockbuster involving one of the league's top linebackers, Roquan Smith. Imagine this. The Baltimore Ravens, currently sitting at 6-7 and fighting to stay afloat as they look ahead to 2025, are considering trading away their star linebacker Roquan Smith. And the team that's circling with serious interest, none other than the Washington Commanders. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would the Ravens even consider parting ways with a player like Smith? Well, sources close to the situation suggest that Baltimore is looking to recoup some draft capital and cap space, especially with their cap situation tightening and roster needs piling up. Rumors indicate that the Ravens are asking for a second-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, along with other considerations, in exchange for Smith. The idea behind this move is to gather some quality picks for the future, especially for 2026, which could help them rebuild or retool quickly. Plus, the Ravens are reportedly eyeing younger players and additional cap savings, aiming to avoid the stagnation that has plagued them in recent rebuilds. Roquan Smith, for those of you who have been following him closely, has been nothing short of a revelation since arriving in Baltimore. This guy is the anchor of their linebacker core, and his resume speaks volumes. Over his career, he's tallied over 10 tackles, a number that truly highlights his consistency and durability. Not only that, but he's also amassed 5 sacks and 10 interceptions, showcasing his ability to impact the game both against the run and in coverage. His play style is relentless, and he's known for his sideline-to-sideline speed, making him a nightmare for offenses to block. In 2025, despite some injury concerns early in the season, Smith played 11 games and registered 100 total tackles, 58 solo and 42 assisted. His tackling is a thing of beauty. He's aggressive but also technically sound. His PFF grade for 2025 sits at a solid 77. 3 overall with particular strengths in run defense, 78.2, and coverage, 77.5. What stands out is his ability to avoid big gains after the catch, with minimal yards after contact, and he's avoided serious injuries this season, which makes him even more attractive to contenders looking for stability in the middle of their defense. Now, let's talk about the current state of the Ravens' defense. They're allowing roughly 6 points per game, which isn't terrible but certainly isn't dominant either. Since trading Smith earlier in the season, their run defense has become a bit more vulnerable, allowing about 10% more rushing yards than before, and their defense overall has struggled to contain the league's best rushing attacks. The addition of Roquan would have given Baltimore a boost, but now they're pondering whether trading him away could actually help them reposition for the future. For the Commanders, this couldn't be more timely. Their run defense has been a major weakness this season, surrendering more than 150 rushing yards per game, which places them among the bottom teams in the league in stopping the run. Adding someone of Smith's caliber would immediately upgrade their linebacker core, giving them a much-needed boost in both tackling and coverage. With Smith on the field, projections suggest that Washington's tackles could increase by about 15%, and they'd be able to cut down on over 1,000 rushing yards over the course of the season. That's a game-changer for a team that's been struggling to slow down the league's best rushing offenses. Moreover, Smith's presence would elevate the entire defense. His ability to make stops, averaging 8 more tackles per game compared to current linebackers on the roster, would be a noticeable improvement. His elite coverage skills could also help create turnovers, especially interceptions, which Washington has been sorely lacking this season. Not to mention, Smith's leadership qualities and veteran presence could serve as a catalyst for the younger players on the roster, helping to develop a more cohesive and aggressive defensive unit. And let's not forget the playoff implications. The odds of Washington making a deep postseason run are currently quite long, with Super Bowl odds at plus 25-0. But if they manage to secure a player like Roquan Smith, those odds could shift significantly, maybe to +9, 0, or better. Smith has shown he can elevate defenses in playoff situations, and with him anchoring the middle, the Commanders could become a much more formidable team against heavy rushing attacks and in clutch moments. His leadership in high-pressure games, combined with his ability to anchor a strong run defense, makes him a perfect fit for a team looking to push beyond mediocrity and into the playoff spotlight. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this move could be a pivotal moment for Washington. The team has been on the verge of breaking into the upper tier of the NFC for a few seasons now, but they've lacked that one game-changing player who can elevate the entire unit. Roquan Smith could very well be that player. His presence on the field would not only improve stats, but also send a message to the rest of the league that Washington is serious about competing now and in the future. It's about building a core that can sustain success, and adding a player of Smith's caliber is a major step in that direction. Of course, such a trade wouldn't come without questions. Fans might wonder about the cost, the fit with current defensive schemes, or how Smith would adapt to a new team mid-season. But given his track record and the way he's played this year, it's safe to say that he's a proven leader and a highly intelligent player who can quickly acclimate to new systems. Plus, the potential to lock him in long-term with a new contract could make this move even more appealing for Washington's front office, especially if they see him as a cornerstone piece for years to come. This hypothetical trade also highlights how the NFC East continues to be a competitive and unpredictable division. The Eagles are flying high, the Cowboys are always in the mix, and now the Giants are making moves to improve. For Washington, acquiring Roquan Smith would send a clear message that they're not just looking to compete but to dominate. It's about establishing a defensive identity that could carry them deep into the playoffs and beyond. A linebacker like Smith, with his elite instincts and relentless drive, could be the missing piece that finally pushes Washington over the edge. In the end, whether or not this trade materializes, it's a conversation that's capturing the attention of fans and analysts alike. The NFL is all about moves and counters, and the potential of adding Roquan Smith to the Commanders' roster is a storyline that could define the upcoming offseason and the 2024 season. As fans, we have to stay tuned, keep our eyes on the news, and hope that our front office is thinking big. Because if they pull off a move like this, it could set Washington on a new course that leads straight to Lombardi glory. The road to a Super Bowl is never easy, but with the right pieces and strategic moves, it's always within reach. And right now, the idea of Roquan Smith donning the burgundy and gold is enough to get any fan dreaming big about what's possible. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, it's clear that this potential trade, whether it happens or not, underscores the importance of strategic moves in the NFL. The Commanders have been building steadily, and acquiring a player like Roquan Smith could be the final piece to turn a promising team into a legitimate playoff contender. The defense, which has been a weak spot this season, would instantly become a strength, giving the team more flexibility on offense to take risks and play more aggressively. Smith's leadership and talent could also serve as a rallying point for the entire squad, elevating everyone's game and setting a tone that resonates from the coaching staff to the youngest players on the roster. And of course, it's not just about this one move. It's about the bigger picture, the franchise's vision of success, the pursuit of excellence, and the relentless drive to bring another Super Bowl to Washington. Fans have been waiting for that breakthrough moment for years, and while the road has been filled with ups and downs, moves like acquiring Roquan Smith could be what finally gets the Commanders over the hump. The NFC has always been a tough nut to crack, but with the right pieces in place, Washington could become a nightmare for the division's best defenses. As we stay on top of this story, remember that the NFL is a league of surprises. Sometimes, a single trade or signing can turn everything around. For now, we can only speculate and hope that the front office is thinking big. But one thing's for certain. If the Commanders pull this off and add Roquan Smith, they'll be making a bold statement that they're ready to compete at the highest level. The fans, the city, and the entire organization will be energized by such a move, and it could very well be the spark that ignites a new era of success. So stay tuned, keep the faith, and let's continue supporting our team through thick and thin. The story isn't over yet, and the best is yet to come. The future is bright, and with players like Smith potentially on board, the Washington Commanders are shaping up to be a team to watch in the coming seasons. Whether this trade happens or not, it's clear that the team is always looking for ways to improve and make that final push toward Lombardi glory. And as fans, that's what we live for: hope, excitement, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together, dreaming of that one perfect season, one perfect game, and the ultimate victory that makes all the sacrifices worth it. Let's keep the faith, stay loud, and believe that the best is yet to come for the Washington Commanders.